Hey guys, so now that we have quite a lot of stuff set up in melee combat, I want to add animations for dual wield combat type. So all the stuff like running or idle or attacking while we have both main hand and offhand equipped. First thing, there is a link in the description that you can download these 3 animations. I would just say that the dual wield animations are probably hardest ones to find because they are not really free assets. So for idle and running, I have just retargeted one of the paragons. So you can see the shoulders are a little bit scooched down. It might not look the best, but I actually quite like it because your character is kind of sneaking like rogue, you know. So that will be pretty good. And then the running with 2 separate weapons. But for attacks, again, I couldn't find the ones that would be attacking with both of the weapons. But there is this dual wield combo on Mixamo, and it has 3 different attacks in it. So what we need to do is just cut up these animations and then make 3 separate attacks from it. So to do that, let's again drag out some actor to your game. I don't actually have one here. This is, what is this, enemy? I'm just going to find idle again because I like to work with the default one. So search idle, drag it out, and then let's go to sequencer. If you don't have one, just create new level sequence and then open it. I'm going to delete everything that is here. Select this actor, add it, actor to sequencer, and add idle. And here, just make sure you have enough space. And then we will delete CR mannequin body. We have done this many times before. Click on the animation plus and search for that combo. So dual weapon combo. And now what we want to do is find out where the first attack ends. So right after here. And then always give it maybe like 5 or 6 frames extra, because we're going to make the character kind of stay in that same pose, because otherwise if we just cut it directly as the attacks end and start, then they will be very snappy when we put it in the combo. So find the end and then maybe add like 5 extra frames or even more. I'm gonna go to 46 frame and then right click on this dual weapon combo and we're going to edit and split section. So this one we won't need, you can delete it. And then from here, so from when the attack is finished and his arm is kind of like straight, like here, I'm going to right click on this idle. First we need to bake it to control rig, so CR mannequin body, create. I didn't have to do the whole animation, but this is fine. And now I'll select the animation, select the CR mannequin body, open the curves, and I don't see curves, global, CR mannequin body, just select the global, and then I think if you go back to body and open the curves, you will see them. No, you won't. So let's select the global, open the curves, and here I'm going to do CR mannequin body, so the whole animations, all of the animations curves. And what I want to do after the frame 41, so after when the arm is extended, I'm going to delete all of the frames so my character stays in that pose. So we can delete all of these, press delete, save it, and now basically I do have a slightly bit longer animation and he's staying in this pose. But what we can also do is on the last frame, so which is 46 probably, is it 45, 46. So on the 46 I'm just going to move a few things slightly so the character is not completely idle. So I'll turn off the snapping and maybe move the bud a little bit, move this one slightly, this one slightly. Make sure you also have this created key selected so it automatically creates the keys. And then the arm can go a little bit back, this one as well. You can move a wrist slightly, and then even the spine, rotate it. Not sure what I moved there, but... And then also this arm. Just give it little movement on all of it, so it's not just static, and the character will move to that position. So now if you play the animation, that last bit is still movement, what we actually want. The reason is because this last bit, can actually start blending into different animation. If you just cut it off here, then this part of actually swinging the sword or something would be already blending out, so wouldn't look good. That's why we're adding these extra frames. And while we're here, we can also set up the root. So we want to move forward in this animation. There is already a forward movement set up here, but I want to create my own. So select the root, go to curves again. We're going to remove all of the curves on the root itself. Only leave the first one. Save it, and now on the last frame, which is 46 again, I want to move the location. As you can see, where the character is, but where does he start? That's what I want to know. He starts here, and then he goes here. So we can also move the root on the last frame there. It's 115 if you want to use the same root. So that means the character will actually move forward while he's attacking, which is good because that works well. So save it, and now what we're going to do is just make sure this ends where the animation ends. We can right click on idle, bake animation sequence, go to third person animations. I do have dual wield folder created, so you can create it here if you want as well. Right click, and then in the dual wield, this one will be dual wield underscore attack 1. Press OK, export animation sequence. And now instead of doing it, I just like to delete everything and do it again. So select the character, add actor to sequencer, idle, and then for CR mannequin body we delete it. Animations, we will add the combo one. We can bake it. We can bake this whole thing, or actually let's cut it first. So find out where the first one ends, and then second one can start a little bit before. So I'll do frame 40. Frame 39 is fine. Right click, edit, split sections, and we will delete this first part this time. Can move this to the beginning, and then ending of that attack will be, well, there is a step in the middle of it, so we can leave a little bit of step, but I would say maybe until here, which is frame 21 now. And I'm going to right click, edit, split it, and delete this second part. This time I didn't leave any extra frame, so I need to extend it to 28 frame. And then I'm going to close this in the animation. And now we can right click on this idle, bake to control rig, and CR mannequin body, and create. And now again I'll find that end of the animation, which is after the swings. So here on that frame 21, I'm going to, yeah, it doesn't show me, so again just select the global, go to show the animation keys, and select the CR mannequin body, and this time we can delete all of them again after this frame. Press delete. Right, so we do have a longer animation now here, and again we can just move this guy slightly on the last frame. So maybe straighten this arm. Don't do it too much because then it might not fit very well with the last attack and stuff, but you know, just a little bit so there is a movement. We can bend this arm whichever way it bends. Wrist can go a little bit. This arm, I'll rotate it that way as well, this way, and wrist this way. And then I'm going to rotate the character slightly here on this one as well. Move these ones, but the location of the rotation. I can't really move this one because it's extended the feet. And on the butt as well. Maybe slightly on the neck as well, just a bit. And then when you play the animation, doesn't need to be that much, we just need the extra space as I said, so maybe could have kept with the motion because I rotated him the other way. So maybe back to this one. Yeah, that's fine. And now, well, we have done it, root again. So let's select the root on the first frame. Okay, the first frame is already out where the character is. I'm going to move it to 115 because that's where the other one ended, so 115. And then during this animation, I'm going to again remove all of the rest of the keys from the root, delete them, save it, and then I want to move him forwards. Just don't remember if we, when we were setting up 200, if we moved the body as well, but I think so. So maybe we can even do global and just move him slightly. And then the root will end on 170, I'll do. Remember this because on the third animation, I think it starts here again. So this one, save it, and now what we can do is right click, bake animation sequence, and go to third person animations, dual wield, and this one will be dual wield underscore attack 2. Press OK, export, and third one we don't actually need to do because third one we can just cut directly in the animations. So we can just go to dual wield where you imported it, and then we do have this combo. I'm going to duplicate it just in case. This one will be dual wield attack 3. And since this one doesn't need to be extended because it actually has natural end in the end, we just need to find the point where we want to start the third animation, which is maybe here on frame 61. Right click and remove frame 0 to 71, no, to 61. Sometimes it gives you different one that you want, so 0 to 62. There we go. So this is just a separate attack completely. Save it. And now on all of them, what we're going to do is enable root motion. And they are not fast enough for attacking with two hands. So I'm going to do rate scale 1.4 on all of them. because these should be the fastest attacks, obviously, with the two weapons. Dual wield 1.4, and then oh yeah, the root motion as well. Root motion, root motion, root motion. Let's see what that will look like. I haven't edited the third animation, so that might be a little bit problem with the root. That should be fine. And now let's go to animations again, but to 201. We do have this combo, we can just duplicate it. So 200 combo, duplicate, and this one will be dual wield underscore combo. And then move it to dual wield. And in here we do have all of this setup done. I don't need the attack 4 because we only have 3. So we're going to remove this, remove that. Actually, before I remove it, let's remove these notifies because they will be in the way. So notifies, remove, delete all of them. Delete attack 4, and then we can delete this one as well. Now we're left with 3. We're going to replace them. So make sure you already change the rate scale, because if you change the rate scale again, it will resize here and you would have to do the notifies again. So first thing, let's select it, and under animation we're going to search for attack 1. So dual wield attack 1. This one will be dual wield attack 2, and this one will be dual wield attack 3. Just make sure here, so see this animation, for example, because you just replace them, it doesn't have the correct end time, so extend the end time to actual end of that animation. So it's the full one with the last part as well. Do it on all of them. End time needs to be the actual end time of animation. This one as well, 1.6. And now we can just move this attack 2 to where it belongs, on the end of it. Attack 3 goes here. And then for now let's just do combo and can execute action, because those are the two ones that we need. Combo can start pretty much anywhere. It just basically changes to next attack, which you have selected here on the variable. So next attack is the second one. But then can execute action needs to be before the combo ends, because when the combo ends, it resets the attack, next attack, to the default one, which is attack 1. We don't want that. So if you actually execute action before, it will remember the input and it will execute the second attack, which will be saved until the end. And then here combo, make it shorter to the end. Again, it can be from here. And by the way, can execute attack can be moved. And then combo starts here. Can execute action will be maybe here again. And then on the last one, attack 3. Combo is all the way there, so I'm going to move it, extend it, and then here the attack ends, so I can execute action. Okay, attack line trace, I'll just leave it there for now. Rotation, combat sound, and input. Reset input I'll put in the beginning as well. And for now that is all. I just want to test it if it looks good, because then we can adjust it still. So save it, and now in the player, in the event graph, on the top where we have attack, we're playing the montage, we're going to select on dual wield our new combo, which is dual wield combo. Compile and save. And now when we play the game, just pick up the stuff. I do have some print string happening, I don't know why, I need to remove it. But equip 2 weapons, And then let's try the first attack. Okay, that's okay. It ends a little bit too quickly. Maybe we could have extended it by a few more frames, as you can see. But we can just adjust blend out time. But then if you go into combo, ooh, some issue there. Root motion. I think I haven't enabled root motion on the second attack. Yeah, so enable root motion. Let me check the third as well. Yeah, these are all good. Try one more time. That's not the main hand of hands. This one here. Okay, so the first one I think is a little bit snappy. Yeah, you can see the first one to second one is not blending very well. So let's go to combo again, dual wield combo. And then why is that happening? So reset input. Maybe we should can execute action before this. And also what we can do is change this blend in time and blend out time. I'm going to put 0.1 so it will be faster going into the different animation. And maybe blend out trigger time will be 0. Don't do too low, but maybe 0.7. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, it is still just a little bit snappy. But as you can see, it's attacking quite nicely, going forward, and everything's working well. But blend, one of these needs to be blend out time, maybe blend in time needs to be higher. So blend in time we can leave 0.3 and blend out time. So one of them will end faster, but the second one will blend in a little bit longer. No, maybe other way around. 0.1, 0.3. Just by the way, the inertialization won't work on this combo, I think, because if we changed it, it will mess up the end animations and stuff, and some notifies won't execute because of that. I've tried it, so we just need to manually actually make it blend nicely. Between second and third one is really nice, but between first one and second there is a bit of snap. Okay, this guy needs to leave me alone. Kill him. Yeah, there's a bit of snap going on here. Maybe this one needs to be 0.2, or that will be worse. Or we can do, instead of linear, we can do is cubic in and out, or whichever. Let's see if that helps. It's just you need to play with the values, you know, so it actually fits correctly. Or we can cut off a little bit of animations from the end. Now see, this one just made it worse. So I was happy when this one was 0.1. And then maybe can execute action will go even here. So a little bit before. Yeah, that's almost good. But it is snappy. I'm not very happy with that snappiness. Blend out trigger time. Maybe if we increase this one to even higher number, it will take longer to start blending. Okay, that's much better. Alright, as I said, it's not perfect animations, but I think this is actually pretty decent. If you play with those values enough, then you will actually make it so that it's very smooth. And also it can execute action, so where you can actually execute the next attack. So that one needs to blend in the starting position of the next one. So I'll leave it as it is. And then, well, this actually took way longer time than I thought it would. So let's just set up this anim notifies correctly. And then I will leave the running and idle, and also we'll do the second line trace for offhand weapons. I didn't want to do it, but it's better if we do it, so I'll leave that for next video. So attack line trace is where you actually want to start the line trace. So he's only starting to swing weapon here, really not here, because it goes from the top to bottom. So line trace will be from here to here. Then line trace on this one goes from here to here. This one line trace goes to weapons, goes from here probably to end here. And then character rotation, that's where your character actually rotates towards the direction. So that needs to be kind of in a swing. So usually it's probably where the attack line trace starts. So I'll leave it on those values. We can adjust it. Oh no, here it's going to be later, maybe here. And here. Maybe even earlier. And combat sound, that's the same thing, kind of like an attack where the weapon sound will play. So I'll leave it on the same position, and the reset input just goes wherever you want to reset input. You can even reset it almost at the end, but then your input won't react when the can execute action will happen if you don't press anything, so it's better to leave it on the beginning. Save it. And now we do have a combat setup. We should be able to actually attack with it as well. Yeah. One more thing I would set up, I would probably do the longer root motion. So he actually goes a bit further with 200 weapons, because he's actually stepping forward in these animations, which is really nice. So you can get away with going further than this. Alright, so I'll continue this in the next video then. I'll see you then.